The one and only Dale Wilcox joins us again here on Breitbart News Tonight. Dale, thanks for joining us here on Breitbart News Tonight.
Hey, thanks for having me, Matt.
Okay, so a few weeks ago we had you on when you guys had a report put together about Montgomery County, Maryland, not cooperating with ICE investigations with regard to detainer requests or and so on and so forth with regard to immigration enforcement. Now, on the other side of the nation's capital, down in Virginia, you got another report that's coming out tomorrow morning about Fairfax County, Virginia. In this over the last 2 years, from May 23rd to 2018 to May 6, 2020, this report says Fairfax County received a total of 929 ICE detainer requests from Immigration Customs Enforcement. Apparently they didn't cooperate with most of them. 915 more, of them, which are, I guess, warrants of removal, detainer requests, etc., were denied, and only 14 were actually issued. Tell us about this report. This is really remarkable numbers.
Yeah, sure. We've been monitoring sanctuary cities and states nationwide for some time, and as you noted, we just published a report regarding Montgomery County, but just on the other side of Washington, D.C., Fairfax County, Virginia, is a particularly egregious sanctuary county. Our report that we'll issue tomorrow shows that out of 929 immigration detainer requests for criminal aliens, these are people who have been picked up by police, who have been charged by crimes and or convicted of a crime, and serve their time, and ICE is requesting to pick them up so that they can remove them from the country. Fairfax County, out of 929 detainer requests, only complied with 14 of those requests. 14 over a 2-year period. So in other words, they released over 900 criminal aliens back out onto the streets. I mean, it's just egregious what Fairfax County is doing. And the irony of this is that the Board of Supervisors, if you go to their website, they actually have a statement on there that they are not a sanctuary county. I don't know what qualifies you as a sanctuary county if you do not cooperate with federal immigration authorities and turn over criminal aliens. And Fairfax County has been doubling down lately on their sanctuary policies. For years, they've been trending toward this direction, sadly, for political reasons. They're trying to pander to the Hispanic community, the vote there, and also they're trolling for prospective future voters in case some of these criminals one day will get amnestied and be able to vote. But they've been trending for years, and they've had unwritten policies. And then back last year, or actually it was 2018, they rescinded an agreement they had with ICE to work with federal immigration authorities. And then here this past June, they actually, the County Board of Supervisors instituted a ban on cooperation between county officers and ICE. Not only will they not honor ICE detainer requests, but they've prohibited ICE officials from county buildings, and they've encouraged local prosecutors and local officers to release individuals with summonses rather than arresting and booking them so that their fingerprints don't go into the system, which alerts the FBI, who alerts DHS, who ICE is a sub-agency of DHS. So it's just ironic that the Board of Supervisors considers themselves a non-sanctuary county. They even provide free lawyers. They have instituted grants to these different not-for-profits to represent these illegal aliens for free to help them avoid deportation.
So, can you tell us when a local law enforcement or when there's a detainer request put on somebody, that means they're in custody for something, right? Like, it's not like a regular random illegal alien walking down the street who is otherwise law abiding, other than being here illegally, is getting an ICE detainer request, right? Like, these are people that are in custody for committing one crime or another, whether it be drunk driving or theft or arson or whatever it might be, right? Like, they're not. It's not just regular Joe Schmo that's getting a detainer request filled out for them, right? Like, these are people who are in custody of law. They're criminals, right? Like, so, or alleged criminals that are getting. And I guess everybody's innocent until proven guilty. But the point is that they're they're charged with a crime. They are in law enforcement custody for a reason, right? Like, in some cases it may be a rape, or it may be a murder, or it might be a shooting, or it might be a carjacking. I mean, we see that sometimes in various areas, or it might be a arson, or it might be a drunk driving. And it could be any whatever reason, but they're in law enforcement custody for a reason. It's not like they were just, going to work that day, right? Like, there's something going on there.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. These are people who have allegedly committed a crime, or they've been convicted of a crime and they've served their time, and they're going to be released from the jail. And ICE submits a detainer request. The only way that ICE becomes aware of their existence is they are fingerprinted. They're booked into a local jail for committing a crime. Their fingerprints are sent to the FBI, which anyone who's arrested, that's what happens. And then those fingerprints are shared with DHS, who DHS cross-checks it with their records. And if the person's an illegal alien, they send what's called a detainer request to the local jurisdiction. Please hold them for 48 hours. We are coming to pick them up. If you're going to release them. Now, if somebody's not going to get out on bond, ICE will send a detainer request and say, hey, if you're going to release this person, let us know, give us 48 hours. We're coming to get them so that we can get them out of the country. Now, if the jurisdiction is going to keep them in jail, they'll lodge a detainer request. That individual will go to trial. If they're convicted, they go to jail. They serve their time, and then the detainer request kicks in, and ICE wants to come get them out of the country. We don't want these criminal aliens walking the streets. So neither does the immigrant community. They don't want these criminal aliens sent back into their communities. But, ICE today announced that here locally in the Baltimore area, 3 of the 5 MS-13 gang members who are charged with murdering a 16-year-old girl in Baltimore County are illegal aliens. And two of them had ICE detainer requests submitted against them, once in New York and once in Maryland. Two separate detainer requests.
Yep.
They were ignored by sanctuary jurisdictions. And these guys allegedly went out and killed a 16-year-old girl. This is not a theoretical exercise. I mean, sanctuary policies are not compassionate. They're dangerous. People are literally dying.
Right, and so the big picture here is that a crime committed by an illegal alien is a crime that should not have been committed if we were enforcing our immigration laws. And so because the person who would be committing it wouldn't be here to commit it, and that's why when we see angel moms out there, and we hear their stories and whatnot. I remember the first time I heard Laura Wilkerson's story about her son Josh, and it was at a rally that Congressman Steve King was at down in Richmond, Virginia, and I was just like blown away when I heard her tell the story. It was like unbelievable. This was during the big push for amnesty back in 2013 or 2014 or something in Congress. I think it was 2013. Mm-hmm. And but again, that crime shouldn't have happened. And same thing with this young lady in Baltimore. Again, shouldn't have happened. If we enforced our immigration laws, those crimes would not happen. Like, those people wouldn't be here to commit them. And in the case of the young lady in Baltimore, or the Josh Wilkerson, or any of these other angel parents out there across the country, their children would still be alive. Their loved ones would still be alive if the illegal aliens who killed them were not here to commit that crime.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And these sanctuary jurisdictions are hotbeds of criminal activity. And in fact, you remember Kate Steinle. Well, Kate Steinle's killer actually said, I went to San Francisco because I knew they were a sanctuary jurisdiction. Yeah. He admitted he went there because he knew he wouldn't be picked up. He
right.
wouldn't. Or
again, Kate Steinle would still be alive today if we enforced our immigration laws.
Absolutely.
One would think,
yes.
So, yep.
And Fairfax County, I mean, they've had a rash of murders here recently. We have an issue with MS-13 activity. Mm-hmm. It's because Fairfax County has become a hotbed of MS-13 activity. Last year, we had 11 alleged MS-13 gang members from El Salvador who are charged currently with murdering a 14-year-old and a 17-year-old and burying them in a local Fairfax County park. These are the individuals that the Fairfax County Board of Supervisors are protecting. It's disgusting, and people need to be outraged. It needs to change.
All right. Well, Dale Wilcox from the Immigration Reform Law Institute, where can people go to learn more about you guys and see the report when it comes out tomorrow morning? Yeah,
you can go to our website. It's IRLI.org. That's IRLI.org. And you can find us on Facebook under Immigration Reform Law Institute and Twitter at IRLI, IRLI Law.
All right, Dale Wilcox, sir, always a pleasure. Really want to thank you for coming on the program tonight, breaking all this down. We'll get a big article up about the report in this interview tomorrow on Breitbart. Our team will make sure to do a big piece on that. Really want to thank you for joining us.